Okay, we are live, doing a hyped up review of Dragon Ball Super. Just Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power. We're gonna wrap that up and just discuss the whole series in general, kind of our favorite moments, least favorite moments, things like that. Ooh, okay, so we got Xanax, Omni, G-Boy. We had a lot of firsts. Um, Joining me is the one and only Super Mecha Frieza. Frieza's,
Hey everyone.
yep,
Oh,
Frieza's
sorry.
only waifu. But yeah, okay, I'm just kind of taking care of things. 116 for you, holy crap. That's late.
Oh, shoot. You know what? I should have changed my microphone. I'm just using. Or does it sound okay? The audio?
It sounds fine to me. Chat, what do you guys think? Does it sound good? Does she sound fine? What I'm trying to do now is send that tweet, but things are just being complicated for no reason. Okay.
I think it's like, I think the stream lagged out a bit. Oh, it's not live anymore.
Ooh, can't wait for episode 132. That's true. What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Okay, it's good. Okay, your audio is good. That's what everyone's saying.
Okay. Awesome.
Ah, see, chat.
I just saw the Frieza
Oh yeah, the Frieza on
chat.
top of Goku.
Oh gosh, that's great. Oh, hey everyone. Welcome.
I think we're
There's
gonna
an
have to
echo
we're
on
gonna have
me.
to do this background again. Oh, why did it get so big? That's weird. Just gotta do this again for chat because it's barely visible. There's an echo on SMF. Oh goodness. Oh geez,
Yeah, I
Xanis.
think I can hear it. I don't know. I can hear it through the Google Hangouts call.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not listening to the stream right now, but I can hear it through oops. My phone.
Okay. Maybe I need to just turn on the TV volume one. That should do it, hopefully. Okay, so I think we have enough people joining us, even though I totally forgot to send that tweet out because I got distracted. Alright, so once I send this tweet out, then we'll just get into the nitty gritty details. I think, in the meantime, I will say I definitely enjoyed how it ended. It made me smile. I'll say that for sure. What
Same.
about you?
Oh my gosh, that was like my dreams come true watching that ending. And you can like see it in my reaction. I actually had a lot of people oh my gosh, my dog just freaking me. Okay. My dog's scaring me with his eyes. Okay, anyways, because he was right by my face. But yeah, so a lot of people watching my reaction, there were some comments of people were like, "Oh, she's being so extra," and I'm like, "Have you seen other reaction channels? Like, I'm pretty tamed." But that I feel like any Dragon Ball fan or anyone who's watched Dragon Ball Z was like freaking out because come on, Goku and Frieza teaming up. I honestly have to say that was like the best moment in Dragon Ball Super, hands down.
Really, that would be your number one spot?
Yeah, that took the I think it was the one punch fight with Goku
Mm-hmm.
and Frieza, but that was crazy because you're taking a villain like Frieza killed the Saiyans and Goku's father, which I guess Goku really didn't know much about to begin with,
Yeah, true.
and they're working together. And I think how they did it was pretty good too, especially the moment Goku had with Frieza, where he was basically telling him, if you keep your promise, I'll keep mine. And I feel like in that moment, like Frieza really trusted Goku. And I feel like Goku's kind of that person that you always trust anyways, no matter how stupid he is, because let's be real. And I rewatched some of the Resurrection F arc, and there's a moment where Goku's like, "Okay, Frieza, you're done. You can go, but let's fight again sometime."
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Goku doesn't necessarily hate Frieza. I think he appreciates him as a fighter. He just doesn't. I think Goku doesn't really trust Frieza that much. But
Yeah.
I feel like until the Tournament of Power arc too, I feel like they're they kind of built not really a friendship, but they think they kind of fixed things that were wrong with their relationship with each other beforehand. But I don't know. I feel like now they're on like the same level of understanding each other. I don't
Like
see them being like friends. Like I
it's a mutual
unless
respect.
yeah, mutual respect.
Yeah, that makes
And I
sense. Yeah,
think
I can definitely see that for sure.
and the moment where Vegeta is just kind of watching, I'm like, I'm really glad they showed that because I'm just like, what is Vegeta thinking right now? Like as I'm watching them team up, and it's funny because I want to get your thoughts on this. Do you think that Frieza and Goku are better working together than Vegeta and Goku?
Um okay, I think I commented on this in your on one of your on your review, and I can see it in a way of the reason why they would work, like Frieza and Goku would be working together better is because Frieza's not trying to one up Goku all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you have Frieza who, or not Frieza, sorry, Vegeta who constantly wants to be better than Goku in literally everything. So it's just like instead of them working together, it's you have one person just wanting to fight and then the other person just wanting to be better. So it's just like, okay, you're going to punch him this hard at this speed. Well, I'm going to punch him faster and harder. So it's just like, it's basically instead of having a common goal, it's like Frieza and Vegeta had a common goal to eliminate Jiren, so they would work together then. But Vegeta's goal was to just one up Goku. So therefore, if you have the common goal, then I think they would be better. But
Mm-hmm.
I think also the only way Vegeta and Goku could work together flawlessly would be when they fuse.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I feel like with Goku and Vegeta fighting together, they're kind of in a competition still.
Mm-hmm.
Um, especially when you're kind of getting it where they're like, okay, Vegeta, it's my turn, and they don't really fight together. And when they're attacking at the same time, they're not. Their movements, like we got this in the tournament earlier, where I think it was Weiss pointed out that they're not. Their inconsistent attacks are helping them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already not fighting. They're kind of like, yeah, like what you said, like I'm gonna hit harder and stronger, and they're just always in a competition with each other. And I feel like with Frieza and Goku, they were just like, okay, we're gonna get the job done, because there was that moment where you see Jiren like kneeing Goku and he grabs onto his like thigh, and then Frieza goes in over Goku and just kicks him in the face. And I feel like they
Yeah.
have more teamwork style movements, especially when you see them like Goku punches and like Frieza's getting ready to punch and Goku moves over and like Frieza punches. And I just think like if you watch it, what I did is I watched a lot of those scenes at like times 0.25 speed.
Mm-hmm.
So you could really see like some of the movements, and especially the moment where Frieza's like, Goku, throw me at Jiren. I
Yeah.
lost it there because that was like they're using good teamwork in that. And how Goku was just like, okay, and knew what to do. So I think overall, I think that they have better teamwork. And I know a lot of people get mad when that's said, but I mean, come on. Well, of course you get their Patora, and they're obviously fused together.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, they're going to be stronger. But as individuals, I feel like Goku and Frieza really work together well. Especially because Frieza has been so obsessed with trying to defeat Goku that
Mm-hmm.
he even said that he was like studying Goku's movements. And I feel like they know how they fight better than Goku and Vegeta do. So I don't know. It's maybe in the future we'll see more. I don't think we're ever going to get a moment like that again. Maybe with Frieza and Vegeta, because they still need to
Yeah.
fix those, mend their little relationship, if that's ever going to happen.
I doubt it, just because of who Vegeta is and Frieza, just themselves. I did want to point out, I think the reason, like, because you pointed out, like, okay, Goku pulled Jiren down and Frieza came in for that kick. I think that, and I don't want to give the writer, like, I don't want to be too negative on the writers, but hopefully this is what they thought when they did it. It's the fact that that's kind of what the trust was about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Well,
like,
that entire episode was really about trust, because you
Mhm.
heard Jiren talking to Frieza about it earlier. I think in the very beginning of the episode, if I can remember correctly, I remember Jiren like bringing up something about trust.
Yeah.
And Frieza was kind of just like mocking him. And then like you get that in the beginning. And then like near the end, when Jiren's like, so this is universe, or so this is trust.
Yeah,
like at the
yeah.
very end.
Yeah, see, I definitely see, like, I can understand that, like, and I hope it would be really cool if the writers were like, yeah, you know, we're going to emphasize every little detail on trust. So even when Goku pulls down Jiren, Frieza, like, Goku's trusting Frieza to go in for that kick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And
hopefully,
I can see it because I believe right after we see that, I think it cuts to Krillin going, oh, Frieza and Goku are working together. I think that's around the time when you see that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with you on that one. I mean, what are your thoughts on basically the whole thing being about trust? Do you think that was too cliche, or do you think it actually fit?
Honestly, I think it was I think it was good because obviously there's like with Frieza and Goku all the time, like Goku and Frieza, they're enemies. Like Frieza's a major villain to the Dragon Ball Z story. So I think having it be like trust was a good idea because it emphasizes just how like two evil, or not two, how like
Yeah.
an evil being like Frieza and Goku, they can come together to fight for their universe. It kind of is more of like a hopeful, like, okay, so when all is going down, like your universe is on the line, they can come together, so maybe there's like hope, you know. So I think having trust as like as cliche, it's like the power of love thing. Like we got an episode on like 18 and Krillin, and in the end they discover like, oh, there's love in other universes, you know.
Yeah, there's love and the power of friendship in anime. It's undefeatable for sure.
Yeah. I mean, oh gosh, if they were like the power of French, if honestly at the end, like it became Freeze, like, yeah, we're cool now. That I wouldn't have liked, but it was kind of like, okay, it's kind of like they're just cool with each other for now. But Frieza still said he's gonna go back to his evil ways, and
Yeah.
I think 17 actually being there helped because I know before 17 was announced, people were speculating that it was going to be Goku and Frieza, but I think having 17 there, it helped because especially the moment, it was actually really cool to get those 17 and Frieza moments because at one point they were both villains, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of funny. So I feel like 17 can understand Frieza in that sense, but the part where he was like, just make up already or something. It was just a great like addition to it.
Yeah,
just having him win. I mean, okay, wait, hang on. How did you feel about him winning though at the end? Do you feel like you would have rather seen Frieza take the win or Jiren or?
I was okay. It's funny because I was actually okay with that ending because I wanted to see something different. You know, like I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I wanted to see something different. Like I was kind of like, okay, I don't want Goku to completely win the whole thing because that's just typical Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. You know, I want to see something different. And then with Frieza being the winner, the only okay, and we've kind of talked about this in some of my streams, but it may have been Java that brought it up. If Frieza would have won, all the universes would have been erased because it would have been a selfish wish.
But do you think that, like, I feel like what they could have done that honestly would have been really, like, a powerful moment. I think if they had Frieza get the wish, but he actually just goes along with what Goku wanted. Because Frieza really just wanted to be resurrected. And I know he said he wanted the Super Dragon Balls, but, I mean, maybe he could have done a selfish wish. Just imagine if that's how it would have ended. Frieza, like, wishing for, like, immortality or something, and then...
Oh, my goodness.
They're like, no. Be like, how would you get out of that? Because they would erase everything.
Yeah, I know. Except for the only things that would have survived would have been those 4 universes that weren't in the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, I guess it would have. You can't really rely on Frieza for wishing back
Yeah, exactly.
universes. I feel like maybe if it was a Universe 7 related thing, then maybe, but like he would probably be like, no, Jiren like just came back. But like we didn't really see Frieza care much at
Mm-hmm.
all when the wish was to bring the universes back, because I think he was just really focused on himself getting resurrected.
Yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense. I can see. Yeah, it's just. I think. Oh man. Okay. So people are saying everything gets erased. So even those other four universes would have been erased. Interesting. That's. I wonder why. Like why? Why were they? It's. All right. Let me back this up without trying to complain. Like trying to say talk about the inconsistencies, but it's like, why would they say, okay, these four universes are strong and like their mortal level is above, satisfactory. They don't have to be in the tournament of power, but then we're gonna rely on mortals who are quote unquote weaker to basically have the fate of all the universes in the world, or in
Mm-hmm.
the all the universes in the multiverse. So it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, why would you rely on something like on the weaker ones according to you? I don't know. It's weird because it's like
Yeah.
if it was an all or nothing thing, I would have had all the universes in. Like I understand it was a test, but why not test all the other universes as well? Like why leave out
It,
four?
unless they wanted to just plan for the future, like we could do this again, which I hope they don't.
Yeah.
Like we already would know the outcome then.
Mm-hmm.
But what leads me to think, like, you really have to think what's going to happen next, because I guess there's news about the production getting their own, like, space or something. I don't really know exactly what's going on. I don't know if you've seen any tweets about it, but it's pretty much guaranteeing that we are going to get a series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if they're gonna go off of or if they're gonna continue Super, or if they're gonna make their own thing. Because I feel like if they need to start fresh, but still go off of what Super was.
Yeah.
Because they have all of these universes. Like I'd be fine learning more about Jiren, and like Universe 6, we have that. And I don't really think we'll ever see Universe 2 again or anything like that. But I guess the movie will really kind of lead us into what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The thing about like this kind of ties in with what Xanax asked as well. Like he said, Frost is still alive, so do you think anything will happen based on that? So it's just like with everything being resurrected again, like now what? Yeah, it's basically like, are we gonna go off of the movie because the movie's supposed to be canon? That's what they say. So the movie's supposed to be canon, and then will the new series go after that? Because if we remember, the end of the episode itself, Ultra Instinct, he can't go Ultra Instinct anymore.
Yeah.
So
Which is
that kind
kind
of
of,
plays into the what next factor as well. So
it really is weird when you think about it with the Ultra Instinct, because Goku has been pushed in so many battles that actually, I mean, this was more of a tournament format, but I feel like the stakes weren't really there. Like, yes,
mm-hmm.
their tournament was getting erased, but before, when they had like foes like Cell, like going almost destroying Earth, or just other, like Kid Buu, and for some reason he couldn't, his limits weren't pushed like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird how that was the first time he's ever felt the Ultra Instinct. And I know it's obviously because they just created that in Super, but it kind of doesn't make a lot of sense in that
Yeah, no,
regard.
yeah, I totally agree. I know, like, I guess the one time that Goku really was pushed to his limits before Super would have been Frieza, cause if I
Mm-hmm.
remember correctly, he just kind of was like, no, I can't win against Cell. Like he just kind of was like, no, I'm done. You know.
Yeah, Frieza. Yeah, because he kind of gave up against Cell. So yeah, against Frieza, because there were those moments where Goku couldn't do anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was worn out, but for some reason, the only time he's ever pushed his limits was against Jiren. But
Yeah. Well,
like you would
Rich.
think on Namek, because if he let Frieza go, or if Frieza got away and
Mm-hmm.
defeated Goku, his family Frieza would go right for Earth. So Goku knew that, and his limits weren't pushed. So I don't know. It's just kind of inconsistent with him
Yeah.
saying that last line in Super, basically him saying he can't turn it anymore, but like talking about how that match really pushed his limits. But it's like Goku has always been pushing his limits,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, but there are some really good comments here. Rich says you can't achieve UI without godly key without or like slash godly training, which makes sense. They fix Xanax says they fix the plot holes of him going UI by absorbing the spirit bomb. Makes sense, but then the one thing is where Rich says Whis calls it the limit breaking power of the gods. That's a good point, but then it also rules out the factor of it being an angel technique, because right then and there, if he says it's of the gods, um,
Yeah.
yeah, it makes. I guess it rules out that, but then you think, well, Whis technically is godlike in a sense, even though he's an angel, he's godlike because he just revived Frieza, you know.
Yeah. And Han Cheeto said, how TF is it a plot hole to become UI by getting hit by a spirit bomb? This fandom wacky. The thing is, though, too, Frieza got hit by the spirit bomb, and Frieza barely survived from it. So you would think, like, wouldn't someone like Frieza be able to unlock
Yeah.
Ultra Instinct?
Mm-hmm.
And like Frieza also got hit by Hakai by Topo, so
Yeah, and he
and that
survived
still
that.
confuses me
Yeah.
how he survived that when we saw that little ball. Like he threw it at Goku, but how that dog guy was talking about, like they would get destroyed in it, but somehow Frieza survived the giant one from Topo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, it's yeah, that kind of ties in with those inconsistencies. And there was one that I wanted to bring up with you that I thought was kind of funny. So you remember how at the end when Frieza was like, "Okay, you know, sorry I kept you guys waiting." The ruler of the universe, or what is it? What did he exactly did he say? Oh man,
But
it's like
oh,
the
at the very end,
yeah, yeah. I can't remember.
I
Dang
think
it.
he said the Emperor of the Universe has returned or
Yeah, yeah, the Emperor
something.
of the Universe has returned. In Dragon Ball Super and I guess the movie Resurrection F, he killed all of his crew.
See,
Um,
the thing is, a lot of people have been talking about that, but the fact is, we don't know how many times, like how long it's been since the Tournament of Power. I mean, Frieza could just go to any planet and recruit people.
yeah, that's true.
Like,
It
it's not
seems
like they were all there.
yeah, it made it seem like they were waiting on him.
Maybe. I guess how he said that, but he could. What I'm thinking with that ending is Frieza is basically just they're above a planet right now, and
Mm-hmm.
he's probably like talking to the planet, like, "Oh, we're gonna rule you," not necessarily to his soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he could have just recruited all of them, and they're going to invade a planet, and he's basically like, "The Emperor of the Universe has returned," and maybe he'll go blow it up or something.
Yeah.
I what I thought was funny is I remember seeing someone comment or someone like posted a picture where you see Frieza basically about to destroy something and then Goku instant transmissions and he's like, "Hey Frieza, are you up to no good?"
Yeah. Ah,
That'd be
that's funny. I
funny.
like that. Yeah, because he said he would keep him in check.
So I think that'd be
Spirit.
funny for like a future series, like whenever, because like, what is Frieza gonna do then if Goku keeps like going to interrupt him? Like, what is he gonna do? Because that's like all Frieza is known to do: take over planets and just cause harm to other beings. So, what would Frieza's character's purpose be if Goku's always keeping him in check? You
Mm-hmm.
know.
That's true. Yeah. Um.
So, I mean, maybe it was just like a little joke Goku made, but I feel like
Yeah.
Frieza ever really threatened someone, he would go there, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll probably get another fight. But I don't see Frieza ever leaving. He'll probably become like a regular eventually on the show, but just like how Vegeta did and Piccolo did, you know.
Yeah, yeah. That somebody posted Goku saying like, "Oh, I'll never forgive you" or something like that, and then underneath it was a picture of like Vegeta, Piccolo, Android 17, Android 18, and like arrows
Yeah.
and circles pointing to all of them. It's like, well, you forgave all of them.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was. I thought that one was pretty funny. So it was like,
Yeah,
well,
because he's like,
maybe.
I'll never forgive you for hurting my friends or whatever he said. And
Yeah, that's what it was.
well, I mean, in the end, Goku was like, "Oh, Jiren, I want to fight," you know.
Mm-hmm.
So he did the same. Yeah, he's doing the same thing that he did with all of them. But out of everyone, Frieza kind of did more to Goku. Like he killed his. He killed. No, did he kill Piccolo? No, he didn't. He didn't kill Piccolo. He killed Krillin though. And
Mm-hmm.
Frieza blew up Namek. So I feel like Frieza did a lot more. So for Goku to forgive him, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Compared to like Piccolo or Vegeta, because Vegeta didn't kill anyone. It was technically Nappa that killed Yamcha, Tien, and Piccolo. Yeah, that was all Nappa. So
Mm-hmm.
Vegeta technically didn't kill any of his friends.
Mm-hmm. Wait, say that again. That last part.
Vegeta didn't kill any of Goku's friends. Technically, it was
Um.
Nappa. Did he? Am I forgetting something? I don't think he did. It was all Nappa.
Somebody's gonna have to. Yeah, somebody in chat will correct us. Hot Cheeto says Frieza did kill Piccolo in Super though. When? Huh.
No, he didn't. Oh wait, in the anime. No, Goku gave him a senzu bean. Piccolo survived. I
Oh
think he
yeah, yeah,
died
yeah.
in
In
the
the very
anime.
beginning. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. In the Resurrection F arc. I remember that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I figured that. Did he actually die?
Um. I think they said he could get wished back by the Dragon Balls or something like that, or the Namekian Dragon Balls. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because he was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, we can wish him back with the Namekian Dragon Balls. And then Frieza was like, oh yeah, those Dragon Balls you keep talking about. After I kill you, I'm gonna go destroy them. So I think that's what it was, because that's what I remember. And I watched that clip like either yesterday or the day before, because I should have been doing work. Oh, wait. You're still there, right? Can you hear us? Yeah? No? Uh-oh. I think we lost Jamie. Well, hi everyone. No, I guess we're having technical difficulties. Let me send her a message just to see if she can hear us. Um, I guess it got dropped or something. In the meantime, I'll just read some.
Hello?
Okay, there we go.
Hello?
There you are.
Oh, I accidentally hit the mute button.
Did you say you accidentally muted yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
Okay,
will
we're
say
all good now.
you're kind of quiet.
Hello?
Okay, now you're good. Now you're good.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. What a silence. That was kind of funny. Um, okay, let me see. I think somebody. I can hear you. Oh, okay. I see your chat now. The making Dragon Balls bring back Piccolo to life because they weren't gonna wait a year for the Earth balls to work again. Yeah, yeah, I remember. But he did kill him. Yeah, he did kill him. When you save universal discretion, but you find out that in April will be destroyed by Thanos. That's funny. Um. Okay, so what do you think on like basically Jiren? Do you think Jiren and Goku will fight again, or do you think it'll be a filler like Hit and Goku?
Um, I honestly, hopefully not for a while, just because we got that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? You should actually move your chat up because you're like blocking the D in Dragon Ball. I just realized that.
Oh yeah, am I? Oops.
Yeah, I mean, you could just block Seno and Fierce and Skinny Boo and all that.
I got
They're
this.
not.
Here we
They're not
go.
important.
We'll just make chat
What
even
was I?
smaller.
What was I even saying? I forgot.
Basically, Jiren versus Goku again, or will it be filler
Oh
like
yeah.
Hit?
Um, I. Uh, I mean, like I said, we probably won't get that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We just like that was a huge moment in the Tournament of Power arc. We basically got a lot of Jiren. I think we can go by without getting Jiren for a while. And I'm thinking that we are going to get an enemy in Super. I feel like the whatever series is coming next, I feel like the ending we will get a villain that's so powerful that all of the universes need to team up to beat this one villain, which I think would be cool. I don't know. What would you feel about that for like the final ending of another series? But I guess that could be like years.
Yeah.
Cuz if
I'm.
another one starts up, it might go on for like who knows how long.
I can see that. It's one of those things where I can see that happening. That would be cool, and then people are gonna start speculating. What's it called? Like speculating. Oh, it'll be the angels. The angels are evil. You know, you need all the universes to fight them. Which is, I won't deny that is what I was predicting in the beginning of the Tournament of Power. I thought maybe if the angels were up to something, um, we'd we'd see like the survivors like Hit, Jiren, Topo, Goku, Vegeta, you know, all those fighters fighting against whatever the Grand Priest had. But obviously, it's not going to be like one of those things where I just don't think it'll happen.
Yeah.
Everyone just don't like doesn't like the evil angel theory. I mean, it would have been
And
cool.
they're obviously not evil too after the
Yeah,
ending where they weren't going to let people make a selfish wish.
yeah, oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like I would have liked them to see replacements for the gods of destructions. Like that's also another theory that I had as well. Like this whole tournament is just to replace the gods of destructions.
Mhm.
So I
And
think that
I feel
would.
like the gods they've been kind of like a big thing for most of Super, but I feel like we've moved on past that by the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you I feel like this new movie is since it might someone said it could be about oh gosh, I can't even say his name Yamoshi or
Oh,
whatever. Do you know how
Yamoshi.
to yeah. People say that he might not be the villain of the movie, but he might just be someone they meet in the movie
Mm-hmm.
or talk about, which I guess he's the guy from the trailers, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it didn't Goku didn't really look like he was being like mad. He was like, "Okay, I'm going to spar with you." So I
Yeah.
feel like the movie could be about just him training Goku. Maybe Goku will unlock this new power and the movie will be Goku basically getting mentored by this guy, and
Mm-hmm.
we will get like a huge threat. Or maybe he came back to warn Goku about something bigger that's coming.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Javo does bring up a good point. Like I do want to. It is true that Yamoshi is pure-hearted, so I don't see him as evil. But I
Yeah.
do. I would like to see him train Goku. That would be very interesting. Another thing as well.
It
Um,
seems like a very movie thing to do, though.
yeah,
Like have
yeah.
him train Goku to fight a bigger threat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, I do want to see the Grand Prix fight as well, but I do think, um, I think this is kind of my prediction for the movie, as in just for the thoughts of Ultra Instinct. I think it's going to be something similar to the One Piece movies, where in the anime slash manga, excuse me, don't want to offend anyone. We saw Luffy. He had a new form. He had a new gear, whatever, and then after we see it in the anime, I'll just say anime strictly just for example purposes. After we see it in the anime, a movie came out, and then it just kind of focused on that new form as well. So I'm hoping that in the movie, Goku can go Ultra Instinct again, and they can kind of capitalize on that form, similar to how One Piece does that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, because I mean, even with the most recent movie, we saw Gear 4, which, I mean, I don't really need to spoil that or anything, so I guess there's no spoilers on that. But we saw Gear 4 in the anime, and then in the movie we saw Gear 4 as well. So it's just kind of one of those things where they just bounce off of each other. So that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh man, I feel like whatever everyone's gonna predict is not what's gonna actually happen.
Yeah.
Because Super always throws you with those curveballs where you like are like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting this.
Mm-hmm.
The Goku and Frieza thing, I was expecting from the beginning. They brought it back, and to everyone that's like hates on my videos now because of it actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why else would they bring Frieza's character back? That's all I'm gonna say. They wouldn't just bring him back for nothing, so it was kind of a given that he would be in the end. But the fact that he didn't even try to betray Goku near the end was interesting.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's just like him as a character. He just knows. Like, there's no reason to at that point. I think he's good enough to just like, well, I'm not saying good, but he's smart enough to know, all right, now's the time and place. So I like that one as well. Do you feel that the ending was rushed? Because that was a big problem that a lot of people were saying.
It's actually interesting. I think the beginning half wasn't. It should have been that quick, that fast pace. And I said this in my review because I did enjoy. It got your heart racing. It got your adrenaline going because of, like, especially the song Kakakazudazi, or I don't even know how to say the title of the song. But I think that was great. And the song was like really like fast, like okay. And so seeing Goku and Frieza, it's basically like, okay, the time's almost running out.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that have been interesting if they would have had it where Goku and Frieza do their attack and they fall first and then time runs out and they still count Jiren as in the tournament and then it's Jiren in 17. But Jiren didn't really knock anyone out. So 17 should win over Jiren, right? Or is it the best? Like, if it ended up being 17 and Jiren, who would win?
That's...
Because it made it seem like they would get the best player, but like the player they found the most interesting, which I feel like 17 would win that.
Mm-hmm.
Or not 17, Jiren would, because the Zenos were all over Jiren and how strong he was. But if it was about people getting eliminated, I feel like 17 would win.
Yes.
Not really. So that would have been interesting, but back to what you said earlier, I think it worked well for the first half of the episode, but I feel like we definitely needed another 30 minutes for the ending to like wrap it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I think it should have been at least 2 episodes / a total of an hour long, or just under an hour.
Yeah.
Because I think they could have, I mean, they could have made that last little fight a little bit longer, but if they did that, they would have needed more time for the ending. And the ending, okay, I'll say the last episode itself wasn't rushed in the sense of how the tournament wrapped up, but the very ending itself was rushed, as in, like, we just kind of got the ending credits of how everything turned out to be. Like, I want to see more dialogue. I want to see more, like, you know, we saw Bulma hugging Vegeta, you know, and they had their daughter and stuff like that. But I want to see, like, I want to see dialogue with that. Like, I want to see her actually running to him. I want to see a little more of 17 on that boat. I want to see 17's family. I want to see Gohan. I want to like all those little things that they could have added more stuff to was really would like they could have done a episode 132 or make this an hour long. Just because they could have done so much with all those little details. Even the other universes, we saw a little glimpse on them. We got more on universe. What was it? We got 11 with Jiren, and then we even saw universe 6. Champa when he said, I won't forgive you, brother. That was nice. I really liked that. Like that was cool. That was nice. But I just feel like they could have like settled it a little bit more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. The ending montage, it was good when it got to. I mean, it was cute, but I'm really glad they threw in the Frieza bit and especially the Goku and Vegeta thing at the end.
Mm-hmm.
See, I kind of wish we got that more of dialogue than just like an ending. We basically got because they're just showing us pictures montage, and it was kind of like okay, like I wanted to see. Well, we did see them all go down, but you didn't like see Bulma like running to Vegeta and like a little dialogue of like Bulma like, oh, how did it go? And
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting that, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it definitely would have
But
been
I
really
think
nice to see that.
I think what could have been is they wanted to respect Hiromi
Mm-hmm.
to at least give her the last words of Bulma in Super.
Yeah.
Because I think it makes it special, like, because she was like, goodbye, everyone, like, good luck. And I feel like it would kind of be a little depressing if they had a different Bulma speak at the very end of Super.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, they could have, to keep out the dialogue, they're like, oh, well, we just won't have Bulma have any dialogue in the last
Yeah.
episode. It could have been that, or they just had limited time so they couldn't really add any of that in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's definitely a thing I definitely didn't think about. That would have been it's definitely a respect thing as well. I can see that for sure, and I hope that's what they did. I really hope for the aspect
Mm-hmm.
of okay, they did it out of respect, not giving any dialogue to her, and I guess others. Um, I for like me to keep thinking highly of the ending. I hope that's what it is.
I mean, it could be. We never
Hmm.
know. They could have just been like, we're out of time. Montage.
Yeah.
But out of all the breaks that we got, I feel like we really could have gotten that hour special. I mean, for Goku turning Ultra Instinct, we got an hour special.
Hmm.
You'd think that for an ending, they would have at least respected that. But then again, a lot of anime endings aren't always an hour long anyway.
Hmm.
Like, not even the Naruto ending was an hour long
Yeah, that's
for
true.
Naruto Shippuden, so. But it kind of ended up where the fighting was over, so the ending was a little filler anyway. But
Hmm.
I just feel like the way that they ended, like I see that they wanted to make it a cliffhangery ending with showing us Frieza and 17, but at that point you're like, oh my gosh, this episode, like you just knew it was gonna fly by really fast. So I think
Yeah.
what they should have done is we got a lot of episodes of Ribrianne nonsense, but that was probably before they knew Super they were gonna wrap it up.
Hmm.
But I think what would have made the ending better is you have half the episode of Goku and his mastered Ultra Instinct, and then it all goes downhill, and then 17 and Frieza, and then I feel like you see them struggle, and basically they could have done is like have it seem like, oh, Jiren's gonna knock out 17 and Frieza and just end the episode there. Start up where Goku comes in and helps them, and then that would have given us like a good like 3 to 4 minutes that would have helped wrap it up, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I
But I
definitely agree
can't.
with that one. And you brought that point up in your review, I remember, where they had so many episodes on Ribrianne. Like
I know, and
too
like
many
really
episodes. And
fillery
like that's
episodes.
one of those things where a lot of people were like bashing is like that's kind of why I hated her too. It's like, yeah, she was annoying, but there's a lot of a lot of time spent on her. Java, we'll talk about 17 in a second, but yeah, I definitely agree with you on the fact that it was one of those things where it's just like, oh my goodness, well, like come on now. But I
Yeah, I feel
guess
like one episode, it's like that. Well, the Anna Raza, yeah, they got one episode. And you kind of like, what it gave us was just watching. I think that was the start of when they really started working together as Universe 17.
mm-hmm.
But like episodes like Ribrianne, like it gave us the whole Krillin 18 moment, but we already knew they loved each other, so it
Yeah, they're
wasn't like
married and have a kid.
important. I know, and so things like that were unnecessary, and you could easily just remove them from the series. But then again, that was around the time where there were the rumors that Super was ending in March, and people were like, "How is it gonna end?"
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like especially at the end of December, where we were at in the tournament, it's like, okay, are they gonna wrap it up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot wrong with Super, but you can go ahead.
Yeah, I was kind of gonna transition into that. Since we're gonna basically, I guess we'll just kind of wrap up the tournament of power now, and then I guess we can kind of talk about the rest of Super. So just to like basically wrap up, what are your thoughts on, I guess, 17 and how he won that and everything like that? Because I'll go ahead and say my thought because I will forget. I do like how he ended it and how he made that wish because throughout the tournament we've seen him basically progress and be more human-like, and he even acknowledged it. And seeing him make that wish was as human as he could get, which I thought was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was a good. Like he had good character development. I feel like Frieza got the most throughout the Tournament of Power, but 17, like him and Frieza both, they got some good character development because 17, we haven't seen him since Dragon Ball Z. So we know him as like the heartless 17. And then so seeing him talk about how he like wants to wish to take his family on a vacation, and especially at the end he's just like, I'm gonna just wish back all the universes. And you know what I was thinking? I'm like, why didn't they just tell 17 Bulma was gonna buy them a cruise ship?
Yeah.
Like to begin with. Like all of these wishes they wanted, why would you waste the Super Dragon Balls on something like that when they have Bulma?
I guess it shows on the aspect of him becoming more human-like, it showed him as he wanted his own wish, like a wish just for him, which was the boat. And then I guess throughout the tournament, he gave up on that wish and wanted to wish for everyone back. So I guess they had to start with something selfish. And I guess since it was a boat, that was as selfish as he could get for Android 17, which is just kind of like poor writing. But at the same time, it makes sense in hindsight because it's like, okay, well, he had a selfish wish. He wanted a boat for him and I guess his family. But then he eventually gave up on that wish and sacrificed himself. Ended up not dying, but it's one of those things. I guess it was just a selfish example.
Yeah, I mean, it fit in throughout the tournament. So I think that was good. But like Goku just like allowing 17, like at first Goku, they were probably sitting there like, oh, he's gonna make his wish. I don't care why Goku didn't. Oh, I'm yawning. Goku didn't scream like, oh, we'll just like have Bulma buy you a boat, like wish the universes back. Like, what if he just bought the boat? Yeah, you know. And what if Xenos, they didn't have their little rule where they would have erased everything?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw a meme where someone basically took the 17 about to make his wish, and then they transitioned to the ending where he's just picking up his phone on the boat.
Yeah, it was like, this is how I wish it ended. Oh, I don't know if you shared it first or I saw it, but oh my god, that had me dying.
That was great. I know, I was dying too. I'm like, it fits so perfectly because it just gets really quiet and then
cuts.
I died too. That was really hilarious.
That was a good one for sure. Okay, let's see. Okay, I guess final thought on the Tournament of Power, and then we'll kind of go towards Dragon Ball Super as a whole. What do you think about like Vegeta, basically?
Okay.
Vegeta and Gohan in a sense. Well, actually, let me back that up, because this ties in with Android 17. I wish Android 17's role was more towards Gohan, but I understand why, because they wanted him become more of a human. But I wish all those moments
Hmm.
that 17 had would have been Gohan's, just because Gohan was the team captain.
The funny thing about Gohan, though, is that his character didn't need redemption. Super is the reason why they needed to give his character redemption after the garbage they had him in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they destroyed Gohan's character and they didn't even redeem him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got that fight with Goku and Gohan, which kind of redeemed him, and the a little bit before the Tournament of Power arc. But Super is the reason why Gohan's character became so lame.
Yeah.
They disrespected him and they didn't even. You would think that they would redeem him near the end just because of what they did, but they didn't.
Yeah, agreed. Because I remember when he was going against Frieza, all he could do was signal for Goku.
Mm-hmm. I know, it was. And even like in the Tournament of Power, when he sacrifices himself,
Mm-hmm.
it was just kind of like, really? Like, I feel like it would have been better to have him get Dispo out and then to have him help with Topo and then maybe Topo eliminate Gohan or
Mm-hmm.
Gohan sacrificing himself to get Topo out. But I guess then you're taking away the Vegeta moment with Topo. But then again, it's like second best versus second best. So it wasn't that impressive, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
no, I agree. It's so funny though, because I'll kind of I'll tie this into like, I guess, super
hang on.
overall.
They're talking about Gohan Blanco. That will
Gohan
never be a
Blanca.
thing, okay, everyone. There's Ultra Instinct. He can't really have a white Super Saiyan. Because
Yeah.
then it's like Ultra Instinct or White Super Saiyan. That would just get really confusing. Anyway, you can continue.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna basically what I was gonna say was this kind of goes in with Super as a whole. You know, there were so many like homages to basically just Dragon Ball Z in general overall, even Dragon Ball. There were so
Mm-hmm.
many like remember this, remember that, this is exactly identical to that. Like when Ultra Instinct or not Ultra Instinct, maybe it was Ultra Instinct Goku was going against Kefla or not Kefla,
Uh-huh.
Caulifla 101. Those scenes are almost identical to when Goku was going against Nappa. Like I watched a
Oh, were
video
they?
on that today, and it was like those are almost identical scenes when Goku was in the area waiting on Frieza, I guess, and he was just kind of training or whatever, just by himself. It was calm and quiet, and he was by himself waiting on Frieza to come. That scene was identical to when Goku was fighting his grandpa, when his grandpa came back, and they had one last spar. Um, there's a lot of like homages to Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball in Super, so you think they would have done things better for Gohan in general. Like that's kind of what I'm saying. Just basically on Gohan and just using a cool little example. It's like they acknowledge all these things, but why don't they fix them? That's my question. Like you acknowledge it, you show your history, you show this and that, but why not bring it back up? Like why not fix what you even acknowledged in the beginning where you said Gohan's weak?
Yeah. And I think Super really suffers from the fact that it introduced so many characters that they could focus on to
Mm-hmm.
bring something new that they're just not really caring about the characters that were originally in the Dragon Ball Z cast. So like Goten and Trunks, I don't see them having a very good future as characters because really like they are like kind of interested me in Dragon Ball Z, but really I could do without them.
Mm-hmm.
And which is sad because I think they have to do something with Pan and Bola because they wouldn't just bring her, like, they wouldn't just have her be born at the very end for no reason, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, we have Kale and Caulifla, which I guess they're not that liked. Like, not a lot of people like their characters.
Okay, I just didn't like how quickly they gained power, and I understand and I acknowledge 100%. I get that it's the S cells, but it seems to me like a crappy excuse as to why they why it's basically like cover up for all the backlash that they got, in my opinion. I understand the S cells are the reason why, but for me it's just like that's kind of stupid. It's just like everyone was
It's lazy
upset.
writing right there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like everyone was upset. Okay, well, here, let me give you an excuse. Because I'm
It's like
personally.
writing a supervillain that they could be like, oh, well, they aren't affected by ki blasts or energy blasts. Like some bullshit like that could just be written into super, and then it's like, oh, and here's explaining why. Like, this guy's cells are like mutations of something that where attacks like that don't affect them, and they just regenerate really fast.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. See, it's like. Yeah, like, I definitely. Like, I don't. I like their characters. I like their design. I just don't like how fast they got to power. And that's the only reason behind that is because um, I'm used to the struggle of, Gohan, Goku, Piccolo, like all of them struggling to get stronger going against their opponents like that we've seen. Like Goku gave up going against Cell. He was like, okay, this is Gohan's fight now. So it's just like one of those things where it's just like we we saw them struggle, and then now we see Saiyans just completely power up. And it's just like, okay, we saw them power up. We didn't know exactly why people were backlashing it, but then all of a sudden we have that excuse. I'm just like, well, okay, come on now.
there's actually an interesting point I wanted to make. Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, the fact that Super didn't end to fit with Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, I guess it ended in the aspect of it's still before the end of Dragon Ball Z.
I guess, but remember how the end of Z where Goku disappeared?
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't talk about like gods or they're not in their blue form, because in the end it was Goku and Vegeta fighting in their blue form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Oh, okay. That guy says, to be fair, look how strong Goku and Vegeta got in a span of 40 minutes. But they struggled for it. That's what I'm saying. Like, they definitely struggled for it. Like, they got knocked down a lot, and they got strong. That's the point I'm trying to make.
True, because in moments, I mean, you see Kaba getting angry.
Mm-hmm.
Kale and Caulifla kind of are just fighting, and then all of a sudden, like, bam, like, they transform.
Yeah, the tingling sensation in your back.
Which, oh my gosh, wait, before you say something, I saw someone make a point to say, what if that has something to do with, remember Goku, and it looked like his back was just, like, shooting out blood?
Yeah.
Someone made a point that maybe there's, like, some actual, like, meaning behind the tingly back with Saiyans. Because why else would his back shoot out like that, you know? And they're like focusing on the whole tingly feeling in your back. There's probably something with Saiyan's backs that just where all their energies is stored or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. It's just one of those things where it's just like, looking back at it, it's like we can make connections, but at the time, I feel like the writers did not think of that. That's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I wish they would, but I'm not giving them credit where it's not confirmed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, if they went Super Saiyan Blue, yeah, I definitely agree it would have been worse.
People were so scared about that, or Super Saiyan 3.
I would have been, I would have been upset.
But then again, think about it, Gotenks became Super Saiyan 3 so easily.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's true. I'm not even gonna deny that one. That's true. Okay, so basically, I guess we'll. Do you have any final thoughts on the Tournament of Power, and then we can kind of discuss Super as a whole?
Um, Final thoughts. Overall, I did enjoy it. There were a lot of episodes where I was kind of like, but Frieza was in a lot of them, so I really enjoyed most of it. And any episode Frieza was in, I really enjoyed. And the ending, I think I liked it. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It wasn't perfect, but like to me, being a Frieza fan, like I feel like anyone, like if you were a huge Vegeta fan and the ending was like that, switch the characters out and have it like Vegeta and Goku. I'm sure a lot of people would have loved the ending better. But I feel like it's just because there are a lot of people that just don't like Frieza. And like I can understand, like there's reasons like other reasons people don't, but I feel like a lot of people that really hate on the ending hate on it because it's Frieza.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to see Frieza like that, or they think it's stupid and Vegeta getting shafted, or I don't know. There's a lot of reasons, but to me as a Frieza fan, as someone who's watched Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, I appreciated what they did for the ending. Like I feel like it was written for me. Like
Yeah.
Honestly, like every single time I think of something and then I'm like, oh dang, you know what? This would be perfect. Like Goku and Frieza fighting. We'll never probably see that again.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, basically, just on the Tournament Power overall, I think there were a lot of absolutely fantastic moments. I mean, we can't forget about Master Roshi going all out. Like, that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I'm still upset on how Piccolo went out, just stuff like that. I mean, even the way Universe 6 got eliminated,
Piccolo
that
went
was
out
cool.
pretty bad though. He kind of just fell off, remember?
Yeah, it was dumb. Honestly.
Overall, yes, there were a lot of great moments. We got the Kamehameha with Kefla. Like, that still is a pretty great moment.
Oh, yeah, where he just, like, yeah. That was a good one. I like that one. Like there were a lot of good moments, and I think the community focuses on. I don't mean to cut you off if I accidentally cut you off, but I think the community focuses on all of the negatives, and we don't look back at all of the good moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like as a whole, like my favorite arc would probably have to be the Tournament of Power, just because of we got the Gohan and Goku moment in the beginning.
That's my favorite.
And Goku moment. Just the pre-tournament moments. We got the tournament moments that were pretty great, and honestly, the Tournament of Power is like reading a fan manga, a fan manga. I swear, because I feel like it's such fan service to everything.
Yeah.
Like you got Vegeta getting a new form that's not. Like, I think that was, honestly, as stupid as some people might think it is, it's pretty great that they gave Vegeta his own form. Besides Goku. Like, he achieved something that Goku doesn't have, because Goku hasn't gone beyond his Super Saiyan Blue form, if we're not referring to Ultra Instinct.
Yeah.
So, and I think that people... Technically, shouldn't Vegeta be stronger than Goku at this point, because Goku can't use Ultra Instinct, but Vegeta has gone beyond Super Saiyan Blue. So wouldn't Vegeta be stronger than Goku?
Yeah. Okay, so one of the comments threw me off. Could you repeat the very last thing you said?
I said that it should mean that Goku or Vegeta's stronger, or that.
Yeah.
I said that it should. The fact that Goku said at the end he can't achieve Ultra Instinct, shouldn't Vegeta be stronger than Goku, because Vegeta achieved a form greater than regular Super Saiyan Blue?
Yes, I agree. I agree with you on that, and that's actually another point I wanted to bring up.
Wait, hang on. There's someone that says that Goku still has a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. So, maybe.
Well, yeah, I guess maybe.
I mean, it could be equal, like this person's saying. They could be equaled out. But, again, it's not like it's a form Goku can hold on to. It's not like a transformation. Well, I guess it kind of is. And it wears down his body, too, a lot, the Kaioken. So
Yeah.
I'm still thinking that I still think he'd be a little bit stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's one thing to take away from the Tournament of Power, and I guess Super in general is maybe Vegeta actually is stronger in the end, even though Goku has Ultra Instinct technically. I still think Vegeta is still stronger than Goku right now. Yeah, it's basically what Piro said. Vegeta is now stronger than Goku without the Ultra Instinct, and that's the big key. It's the fact that Goku can't go Ultra Instinct at the moment. He can't
Yeah.
achieve it on will.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say another thing we need to like kind of think about is, well, Whis fights with Ultra Instinct, but he doesn't go through a transformation. He just naturally does it.
That is true. I mean, that could just be just always being in the state, which maybe Goku will eventually learn. I feel like where they could go next with Dragon Ball Super, since it's all over for now,
Mm-hmm.
um, is eventually we will get to the point where they will decide a new god of destruction. Like maybe there will be a threat, and maybe Beerus will die. Like
Yeah.
I really think we could see that in the future, and I hope so, because they have to. Where we ended at the Tournament of Power, they're really gonna have to bring in strong people,
Yeah.
and probably we will see more transformations because you can't have a series without new transformations.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we will see.
Um, John Connor says, "Did UI raise Goku's base?" No, it didn't, in my opinion. Um,
I don't think it did either.
yeah. Okay, here's one. What was your favorite Tournament of Power episode?
Favorite episode? Mine
Yeah,
will be
of
the
I guess
last one.
I'll change it. I'll change
131
it
was my
from
favorite.
Tournament of Power to in the entire series.
Oh, the entire series?
Yeah, because for you it seems a little bit tough because not only do we have Frieza in the Tournament of Power, we have him in the beginning with the Revival F arc.
No, there's not a favorite episode. I hate all of those episodes.
Really, you don't like when he first transformed?
I like no. I like his transformation in 95 better. 94, I think it
Yeah,
is.
when he comes
Where it was
back.
that whole like Sailor Moon. Yeah, that was great. They should have had that from the beginning. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
in the movie it was kind of cool, Resurrection F. But honestly, out of all of the this is hard. Nope, I'm gonna have to say 131 is my favorite.
Really? Oh wow. Okay.
It just it's the thing is I really enjoyed the first like half of it. That was
Mm-hmm.
great. Like seeing Goku and Frieza fighting together was my dreams come true. So I will always say that's my favorite episode. Um, Second would be 94, where Frieza gets resurrected with the assassins. I
Mm-hmm.
think that was a great episode because you really see how evil Frieza is and just how, like, just crazy. Like, that was a good episode, too. And this person's saying 130. 130 was pretty good, too.
Yeah, 130 was good, especially the ending.
Yeah.
Anime. She meant all the episodes in that specific arc, not the whole show.
Oh,
Um,
are we talking about. Well, in the whole show? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah. Was somebody okay? If you might see it on the chat, somebody from Twitch was saying, uh, they love how you love the series, but all the episodes suck. Well, that's actually true. Like, if it's entertaining, you can love it. That doesn't mean it's a good show. It's just
Yeah.
entertaining.
That is true. That's what I say. I like enjoy it for what it is, even though
Mm-hmm.
the writing, there aren't a lot of like huge emotional moments Super gives us, which you could get out of Naruto Shippuden or anything like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
just enjoy it for what it is. That's how
Yeah,
I
that's
feel it,
true.
and I'm happy with what I see in Super. I don't judge it. Like some people like really judge it, and I'm like, come on, it's Dragon Ball. You can't judge it that much. Like I think there are moments I think people forget in like Z and Dragon Ball where you get those emotional build up moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time Vegeta cries, like that was huge. And like we
Mm-hmm.
see it in Super, but we got a little glimpse of Vegeta's past throughout the Namek arc, and then so when that moment finally happens, you're like, dang, and then Vegeta dies, and we're like, oh my gosh, like, oh, until he gets brought back.
Yeah.
But I think Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball definitely had those more emotional moments. Super really didn't. No matter how much it wanted to, it didn't. I think the ending was probably the most emotional you would get out of it, just because everyone's working together
Mm-hmm.
and just the unexpected happened. Besides, like, the wish, but and Universe 7 winning, because that was expected.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hot Cheeto brings up a good point. The reason, well, you have to. People often forget that Dragon Ball as a whole has unbelievable amount of inconsistencies and plot holes and stuff like that. So that's why it's just like you got to take it for what it is, and look at all
Super
the good moments.
Super
Um,
really had a lot of plot holes, though. The
yeah,
Super as a whole anime is a whole plot hole.
yeah,
We
that's
get
true.
bullshit like Frieza saying he knew about Boo and Beerus, but you never hear about that in fucking Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The fact that they knew about gods was ridiculous. Like, you would think, like, King Kai knew about Beerus,
Yeah, and then
but
remember
never
when
mentioned
Supreme
that
Kai
to
almost
Goku.
died by Goku's hand? Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll get them everywhere. I think the one that didn't have really any was Dragon Ball, but
But that's because it was the beginning.
yeah, yeah, of course. And then
um,
so yeah, Dragon Ball Z, but GT had a lot. I mean, GT was kind of ridiculous. I hated GT, but I
mhm.
haven't watched it all. I just think it would be interesting though to see Super Saiyan 4 incorporated into the future show.
I agree. I agree because it was dope. It was cool. It was the natural Super Saiyan. It was the natural Saiyan state in a sense, like the great apes and stuff like that. Like it brought that
Mm-hmm.
back. That was cool.
Maybe they will. Oh gosh, what if they do something like that in the movie?
Oh
Everyone
man,
sees the Super Saiyan 4 again, and they'll be like, GT's canon.
yeah, for real. Okay, I will say when it looked like Roshi was about to die, that was definitely that one hit me in the feels as well. That one was
Oh yeah,
emotional. Um, Future Trunks arc
definitely.
was pretty emotional as well, especially with the introduction of Goku Black. Oh man. Um,
Yeah, the thing is though, if you watch it in the dub form, you won't get any emotional. The
really?
dub sucks out the emotion
That
and
man's
just puts
not. He isn't
humor.
black.
Oh gosh, that was horrible. Why would they think that was okay in the dub? Like, I get it, it said it in the subbed, but like, it's America.
It
There's
was
so much
so
there's
funny.
so much of the Black Lives Matter stuff going around that you would think that if that someone just sent someone that clip, they'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. It was just. Oh man, it cracked me up.
I think what cracked me up more was the guy laughing in the background.
Oh yeah, yeah. The clip that went
And
viral.
just
Yeah.
hearing Trunks like, he's not black.
He's not
Hold your
black.
fire. Oh my gosh, that was bad. It was funny but bad. But
Like I had to watch
society.
it 3-4 times just to make sure. Make sure.
I was
Okay.
wondering if someone edited that.
Yeah, I
I'm like,
swear. I was like, this has to be edited. This has to be. Nope. It was all real.
the dub. Yeah. I mean, I'm so over Sean Schimmel's Goku. I just don't like it. It was good in Dragon Ball Z, but every year that goes on,
I can
it's
see
just
it.
kind
Yeah.
of like you hear his voice getting older and more grittier, and I don't. That doesn't fit Goku.
Okay, Rich had a typo. I'm sorry, I don't mean to change the topic, but Rich had a typo. Said, "Don't shoot. That man isn't Balk. Balck.
Back, back, sub,
Balk.
black.
Oh man.
Sub, yeah, sub. I am curious though to hear. Gosh, we're gonna get that in like a year. I'm definitely gonna rewatch the Tournament of Power in the dubbed.
Mhm.
Um, I'm excited for that. I'm afraid of the last episode because I mean the whole thing with Chris Aries being sick, it kind of worries me. I mean, he could be better by then, by the time they get to that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, he has to recover. Like, he's getting a lung transplant and everything. Like, that's
Is that what
important
it?
for
Oh
voice
man.
acting. He's getting a double bypass lung surgery or whatever.
Oh man. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
So it's really serious. So I'm like, I want to believe he'll be okay, but that's
Mm-hmm.
huge. Like, that's going to take a long time, and he hasn't even gotten it yet because he's on a waiting list. But I'm hoping, because I feel like he could really do a good for Frieza in the dub. I'm just afraid of the dialogue change. That dub is known for doing that. They're known for changing the dialogue
Yeah.
that doesn't go with the story.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what they did already in the Goku Black arc that kind of doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure. If someone knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, Chris Sabat his Vegeta is always pretty good. But
Yeah.
I'm afraid of because there were moments in episode 131 where you basically have Frieza talking to Goku, and I feel like Sean Schimmel's delivery on that might not be that good, or if they have any sort of dialogue change, because they might make it to where they're gonna make Goku kind of like, okay, Frieza, let's do this, kind of in a sassier way, or because that was more of calm Goku, I believe, or trust me, Frieza, I trust you type
Mm-hmm.
of thing. In the dub, you can hear it in the voice acting, and I feel like the dialogue, or they might just have Frieza be more annoying, saying okay, you know what I mean, adding things that could change the flow of the story or the tone.
Mm-hmm.
The dub does that sometimes, and that's why I'm kind of afraid.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that for sure. I guess we'll just kind of have to wait and see. I think I know what you were talking about. It was the I think it was like some of the Goku Black stuff, like right before the tournament of, or not, wow, right before Goku Black arc stuff happened. I think there was a difference in dialogue because I remember I was watching it and I was like, this isn't what they said. Um, I remember I was like, it was a specific scene. I was like, okay, this is not what they said. It's a little bit different. So,
Yeah,
um,
it is. They change things, and Sean Schimmel, Hannah, I understand people are fans of him. I think he's kind of overrated though, but
yeah.
and his attitude, he needs to get over himself.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I trust it'll be okay, but I just think that I mean, sometimes it's out of his control, but giving the Rose the accent in the beginning,
Yeah.
that was it. But I think they changed that, actually. I think they made it less, and it does sound pretty good. They laid off the accent a little bit more, and I saw a clip for the Rose, the Rose transformation. I thought that was pretty great.
Yeah, yeah, and like what Javo said, and what Rich said, it's kind of funny what they said. But it did come out in Xenoverse first, I think.
Oh gosh, yeah. In Fighters, he has that
Yeah,
British accent a little bit in Fighters,
yeah. So I mean, it's just
and
it's
now it's more sinister kind of sounding, which is good.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, since we are talking about the Goku Black arc now, I thought it was probably, well, I guess technically, well, if you don't include Frieza, it was really the only villain that we've had in the whole art, in the whole um what's it called? It was the only villain we've had in the whole series, which I thought was some of the
Yeah.
better stuff too. Like, we didn't know who he was, we didn't know how he got there.
It was the first real storyline in
Yeah,
ever,
yeah, it was a
basically.
mystery too.
Yeah, you didn't know in the beginning where it was gonna go or what was gonna happen. So it was interesting to watch. So
Yeah, and that's honestly
Zamasu
when
is
I got
not
back into
the
it.
best villain. Zamasu is not.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely Frieza. Frieza has so much more depth to his character than Zamasu does, but Zamasu is pretty up there too.
Yeah.
Zamasu was a good villain.
I think Zamasu, I think, well, his character itself was pretty dang weak. Like, if you think about it, that's why he had the wish for immortality, which made him, like, I guess, cooler in a sense, where it's just like, you don't have a fighter who's that strong, who Goku could beat one-on-one, but you can't kill him. And then you had a different timeline of him wish to be in Goku's body. Like, that was cool. And then the whole, that, honestly, that whole arc had some crazy good
Zamasu
scenes.
did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I love it when people say that. Especially, hang on, I'm just responding to his comment. I see like videos on the internet of people doing the dumbest things ever, and then people, but Zamasu should have just destroyed the world. He was right. I just
Yeah.
find those things hilarious, but anyways, you can continue.
Well, it's just like, in his mind, technically he didn't do anything wrong. In his mind, he was doing stuff for justice, which is funny because he was talking about justice, and then the Pride Troopers were talking about justice. So it's just basically justice is in the eye of the beholder. So I thought it was pretty funny on that. But yeah, like, overall, that arc had really good scenes where, you had Vegeta destroying Goku Black, his I'm the Prince of Saiyans moment. Like, that was awesome. Um, just like everything overall, the introduction of Goku Black where he just kills everyone, that was cool. Like, everything, there were a lot of um, cool factors in that arc, and then even Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Like, can we not
Hang
forget about
on.
that? Like, come on, guys.
So, Hot Cheeto said the reason why I love the episode of Super is the fact that Zamasu was wrong. 17th Wish proved that, which is a good point.
Oh
It
yeah.
kind of puts it all together. I think that was a really good point that you made, Hot Cheeto. Hot
That's a good
Cheeto.
one.
But yeah, it kind of makes it all fit well together. Like, if you think of the overall, we get Whis in training. Basically, in the beginning of Super, you have Whis telling Goku and Vegeta that they don't work together well, and they need to, like, Goku needs to stop losing his guard and everything, and that kind of flowed in with the Frieza saga, no, Resurrection F, I mean. And then we get the Tournament of Power arc, where basically you see a different side of Beerus when he wishes for Earth for Champa.
Yeah.
And then we get the Goku Black arc, which basically what Hot Cheeto said is the fact that he thought he was right with what he was doing. And then we get the Tournament of Power arc. So it all kind of flows together with the messages that lead into the next arc. And as a whole, it kind of all fits together. Well, the Tournament of Power arc kind of brings it all together, which didn't really think about it that way. So that's a good point, Hot Cheeto. And I was going to say something else, and now I can't think. Wait, was Future Zeno erasing the future timeline universes? If that's the case, did the Super Dragon Ball just resurrect Zamasu?
I've seen a lot of stuff on that. I think I don't think so. I think it's just all the stuff that got erased during the Tournament of Power because Frost came back, which kind of contradicts what I just said, but
could it though? It's the Super Dragon. But why would they bring Zamasu back?
yeah, Zamasu's still gone. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking that too.
That would honestly ruin his character. Although the ending was kind of stupid in Super, how they got finished Zamasu. Which makes me, that kind of is interesting though, because the Zenos erased them, but maybe that was their point of doing it. Like, maybe they erased him because they're like, oh, in the future. But I don't think they think that far ahead.
Yeah, I don't give the writers that much credit. I will say, since this is kind of, somebody commented on this as well, I absolutely love Hit as a character. And, like, his whole, like, fight with Goku in the Universe 6 tournament, that was amazing. Because that was the first time we've seen Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. And then on top of that, we knew Hit could still defeat Goku at that point. He just couldn't because of the limitations. You can't kill anyone. So I'm just kind of like, all right, if Hit, like, Goku had to eliminate himself, for Hit to win, which I thought was really interesting. I mean, I absolutely love that part too.
Yeah, I mean,
Shoot, I was gonna say something too. Oh yeah, no, someone. I was gonna actually. I didn't want to interrupt you, but someone was saying that the dragons have no limitations. The thing is, which is kind of confusing, the fact Frost is back. He wasn't in an erased universe. He was erased by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And the wish specifically was for erased universes. So I'm kind of like, okay, did they forget that Frost was erased on his own?
Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense. He said bring back all universes if you read it backwards. Yeah, but Trunks' timeline isn't erased. Like, the timeline itself is not erased. It's just, Zamas turned himself into that universe or into that world or whatever, and then Zamas erased that. Or no, not Zamas erased that. Sorry, excuse me. Zeno erased that. So I don't think like Trunks' timeline is erased or anything like that. I think it's just specifically that he erased Zamas itself or whatever that universe was or something. It was strange. Oh. Oh, cool. What will they do? Wait, what do you mean by that, Piero? Oh, Piero? I don't know what you mean by that. Jokers ask, what do you think of a permanent Vegito in Super? What I meant by permanent is he can't unfuse. Oh, okay. Let me back this up. Okay. I was watching a clip from GT, and they were in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and it lasted about 10 minutes, and they mentioned that because they were in such a high power consuming form, it lasted less. So GT already hinted at the fact that the Vegito fusion would last less because they were in Super Saiyan Blue. So I thought that was really interesting. And then on top of that, think of a permanent Vegito in Super that he can't unfuse. I don't know. That's weird. But then they also mentioned what's it called? They also mentioned that the fusion would last an hour when he took the earrings. Like Vegeta was like, okay, well I guess it's only for an hour. I'll do it. That was really interesting because I watched that clip the other day as well. But if they were, God, if they were fused permanently, I don't think they would win the Tournament of Power. I think they would have lost, to be honest. Jamie, you're still there, right? Or did she mute herself again? Let's see here. In the meantime, I'll read some comments. Would make it weird. Go things lasted less because he's using Super Saiyan 3. Truth. That would make for a weird family life. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess Jamie disappeared. Yeah, Jamie's gone.
No, I'm not.
There you are. Okay. We asked if we could hear you. Yeah, there she is. She's still here.
I was just being quiet.
Okay. All right.
I hear.
Like Frieza about to once Beerus hockeys. Oh man.
Beerus will never do that. Beerus brought Frieza back. Okay.
Yeah, he did. He did. That was nice.
I know Beerus is never that nice. Come on.
Frost is shown in the anime what it has to be an evil Emperor. Frieza is softening. Oh yeah. Frost's story was wild. Like he pretends to be good, and Frieza just straight up is like, yeah, no, I'm evil. Hot times Frieza and she dipped. That's funny. Okay, do you have any final thoughts on this, the Super as a whole or anything like that, or the Tournament of Power or any of the other arcs?
Frieza is awesome. You all should respect Frieza, and he's the best character in Dragon Ball history. I'm out.
Oh goodness.
Fight me on that.
There you go. Quote.
The writers know it.
SMF. Do you think Trunks and Goku are sinners like Zama said? I do. Oh, it's just kind of one of those things where it's just like, it depends on how you view it. Jamie and his channel will die with him. Oh God, Jamie, I hope you're not a he.
Frieza's never gonna die. I'm making a why do I keep saying fan manga about Frieza, which is actually interesting. Side note, I was writing it and I was thinking, I'm like, however they're gonna end Super with Frieza, it'd be really complicated if he ended up in hell, but he didn't end, so it's pretty all good.
Mm-hmm.
As a Frieza fan with a lot of hope in him, I actually was very surprised they brought him back.
Yeah, I would have loved to see different fight. Like I would have loved to see Boo in the tournament. I would have loved to see Cell. Like a lot of the characters could have been swapped out for others. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where I definitely think they could have put like Boo and Cell and I totally forgot who else. I used to have a list. I can't remember. I also think the exhibition match between Universe 7 and the other universe was really good that we kind of look over as well. That showed a lot of moments that I thought were cool. Other than that, I mean, we'll just have to wait till the movie, I guess. Super Boo with fully absorbed Vegeta. Oh my goodness, that would be wild. I ship Frieza and hit. Oh God, fan. What is it? Rule 34, 64 or something like that. Rule 32. That's what it is. Rule 32. If it's out there, there's something like that. You gotta do exclamation mark MC. But yeah, I guess we'll do final thoughts. It's gonna be pretty awesome. A pretty awesome movie, and then a series next week, or not next week, next year, in my opinion. Other than that, Jamie, if you want to talk about your channel, I guess we can kind of wrap this up as well.
Okay. You can all check me out, Mecha Frieza. Check out my channel, like, subscribe it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's.
I do well, I mean, I kind of do reaction videos. Now that Super's over, I do some to like animation videos. I am going to start doing character reactions as Kale and Caulifla every Tuesday on my channel.
Ooh, nice.
Maybe not this Tuesday though, but so yeah, I'm gonna do a whole bunch of fun stuff. So subscribe if you haven't already. Mm-hmm. And if you hate Frieza, subscribe to my channel.
I love it. I'm
doing a giveaway though next week, so
yeah, tune in for that. It's doing what, Q&A, right?
Yeah, it's a Q&A.
Yeah, everyone, make sure you guys go see it. Even though most of the people watching, I will say, are from your channel, which is kind of funny. So, yeah. Other than that, thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for joining this live stream and subbing to both of us. And you should react to Food Wars. I just don't want to. I'm trying to avoid reactions. I just don't want to deal with that copyright stuff anymore. I already got in trouble for it. I'm done with that. But yeah.
No,
what were you about to say?
I think they went easy on the reaction videos, though. I think you would be fine. I haven't heard about anyone getting strikes on anything. And there are channels that, like, I made a post about this, that post, like, if you search My Hero Academia reaction, you will get channels that post the episode, full volume, no opacity. And it's like, I'm not dogging on those channels. I'm just really curious why they don't get striked.
Yeah.
So reaction videos confuse me. It's like, sometimes you gotta test it out to see what happens. But yeah.
Yeah. I'll think about it. I'll see. Well, I'm not gonna rule it out completely, but maybe in the future when the S'mores cast gets together. I think she said her next One Punch vid was what, next week? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. Okay, I was off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be today, but then I did a live stream and yeah, I just have to unpack and everything. But I'm trying not to like burn through them because once it's over, you guys.
Yeah, that's true. I need to start watching that. I've been watching My Hero Academia and Assassination Classroom. I've been catching up on those. Am I gonna stream Life is Strange? It depends on if I get all my stuff done tonight. Maybe. So we'll see. Because I still gotta eat dinner, shower, and get some stuff done for work. And that was actually going to be my next point. I may or may not stream tonight. Don't hold me accountable for it. But tomorrow, we'll see on tomorrow because I'm going to be out of town during nighttime. So, but I also have a surprise for you guys this Sunday. We've got the S'mores cast getting together. You need to save Chloe. Oh, gee, I swear to God. Yeah, everyone loves Life is Strange. I was actually surprised, Jamie. Everyone was like, are you streaming Life is Strange? I was like, you guys like that game?
Oh, it's such a great game.
It's really good.
It's
really good.
Life is Strange, that one, or what is it called? It's just Life is Strange. I think it's just Life is Strange. And then there's Before the Storm, but Life is Strange, favorite. Before the Storm, and then I think there's just Life is Strange and Before the Storm, but you get that special. Have you played Before the Storm yet?
Not yet. I'm waiting to finish this and then go to that one.
There's a I saw on your channel where you are in it right now, but if you get Before the Storm, get the deluxe because then you get the bonus episode with Chloe and Max. It's just like it's a short one, but dang, it's so emotional at the end.
Yeah.
That game made me cry. Like Life is Strange. Oh gosh.
It was so good.
I'm kind of sad though. I wanted to stream that, but I already played it.
Oh man, people will get a kick out of it anyways. Well, you can also try different things. Like if you did your first playthrough, you can always try the second one.
True, and make different decisions. But like I guess there are moments that still will get me emotional, but it won't be like that first hands-on like, oh my God, like I can't really go like, oh, I didn't expect this.
Yeah, well, this will help your acting career. Just fake a tear.
I'm surprised that I can guarantee it'll make me cry. Gosh.
Oh.
Type flip coin to see if you are the winner. Why? What?
Oh yeah, you do like exclamation mark flip coin, and then you type a number after that, and then it's basically like a game. It's a lot of people on my stream hate it. Sea of Thieves right now for sure. I really might invest in that game. DBZ Legends, I'm not sure. There's a game. I'm gonna
give it a try.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna give that game a try. DBZ Legends. I mean, it's free.
Yeah, it's mobile. And then there's also a game that came out today that I'm probably gonna download on the PC. Because of just a Android emulator, the One Piece Bounty Rush. I'm gonna try that as well and see if that's any good. Other than that, yeah, the new One Piece came out today. That's what I was just talking about. All right, are you going to new God of War? I don't have a PlayStation 4 yet. Oh dang it! I should have put the donation goal on the stream. But anyways. I think we'll call it a night. Thank you guys again. That was a really long goodbye because we said it a while ago. But yeah, I may or may not stream tonight. I'll let you guys know in the Discord / a tweet. The social media is in the top corner of the screen. And yes, the new open world One Piece game is coming out this year, and one of our awesome subscribers, oh man, Cayman Bear, you came in way too late. One of our awesome subscribers has pre-ordered it for me already, so thank you so much, Joe, for that. That's awesome. So yeah, everyone have a good night, and we will see you in the next stream. Don't forget to check out Jamie's channel if you have not. came from hers. So yeah, bye everyone. Jamie, any final words other than Frieza is awesome?
Frieza is awesome.
All right, guys. Everyone have a good night. See ya.
Bye, everyone.